It is the 35th anniversary of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I do not know where the time goes, because when you watch that show, if it's on BET or just regular in syndication, it doesn't look like it's 35 years ago. I swear to God, I am old, y'all. I feel very youthful, but then when you tell me the Fresh Prince debuted almost 40 years ago, it's like, no, 25 maybe. But no, that I don't think y'all really understand how revolutionary that show was, because rappers were not getting TV shows. They were popping up in films and things like that. Just little bit characters like Queen Latifah popped up as the waitress in Jungle Fever and things like that. But actually having your own show, and this is all through the House Party too. If you take House Party out of the equation, I don't know if Will gets the Fresh Prince, because House Party, if Kid and Play, I mean, it was just natural on screen, and I guess the producers in Hollywood said, wow, if they can do it, Will Smith can do it too. Because I think initially House Party was before Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. But things didn't work out, and that's how Kid and Play popped up in it. But yeah, so when Will popped up as the Fresh Prince, it was like, whoa. Because it's one thing to see Will and Parents Don't Shit Understand, Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble. You watch those videos, and Will was very charismatic and very funny. But it's different when you mouth your words and playing a character in 3 minutes versus handling a whole series, especially since you're number one on the call sheet. Like that's a completely different thing. And Will often said, like in those first few episodes, he said, if you watch me, he said, you see me mouthing the words back to the actors, because he studied the whole script. Will's a smart guy. He wasn't smart when he hit Chris Rock and maybe marrying Jada, but overall he's a brilliant guy. So he was able to soak up all the full script, and he would know his lines and then speak the lines to his co-stars, which kind of annoyed them, because like, what are you doing? Because they were all pretty trained actors, but he wasn't. So the fact that Will went from that to becoming this global Oscar-winning star is just amazing, because you knew he was charismatic and funny, but you didn't know if he can carry a series. I will say this though, some of my favorite episodes of The Fresh Prince features a multitude of Black female actresses that we still see today. I don't know if Will was on the casting crew as far as like choosing these ladies, or they just had a great talent scout. Man, they had Nia Long, Tyra Banks, Layla Rashawn, Jasmine Guy, Mari Morrow, who was in How to Be a Player. Did I mention Robin Givens, Elise Neal? Oh man, Tamala Jones. Oh my God. It was almost like every upper episode, there was like this actress. And most of these actresses, we didn't know who they were. You just knew they were really attractive, because everybody was in their 20s then. We had no clue that, like, Vivica Fox, I think, was on maybe Generations, the Black soap opera Generations. But other than that, most of these were unknown Black female actresses, but they were very cute and very beautiful. But we didn't know that we would see them in Love Jones and their brothers and Brown Sugar and the Hughleys. Like, we didn't know they would end up being like these stars down the road. We just knew they were hot. And Will had good taste. So I have to say, if I was choosing my favorite episode, which featured a later successful Black female star, I have a number one, but I also thought of a number two. The number two episode is when Will and Carlton was living in the pool house, and I think it was playing poker or something, but it was with I think Garcelle Beauvais and Tamala Jones. I love a Tamala Jones. Tamala Jones is fantastic. That's my second favorite. But and then also you got the arc with the arc with Nia Long. The Nia Long arc was fantastic, and I actually wish that she stuck around, but but she was off doing movies after that. But man, the Nia Long arc when he was going to marry her was excellent too. But my favorite future Black female star episode is with Pam Grier and Elise Neal. Now, you knew Pam Grier. Pam Grier still looked good. I still love a Foxy Brown. So she was there, but I was like, I love Pam Grier, and Pam Grier is great. Who's her daughter? Because at that point, I think she might have been dancing in Chubb Rock's Just the Two of Us. And I think she was in a Black Sheep video. But I didn't know who Elise Neal was. I just knew she was nice. It's like I need a Oh my God. And the scene where both of them just walk in, it's like, woo! Again, even they had a great casting director on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, or Will Smith, along with learning his lines, was part of the casting crew who chose the actresses. whoever chose these actresses, I would love to shake your hand. Oh my God, that show is so good. So let me ask you a question. What is your favorite episode of The Fresh Prince? Now, you cannot choose the episode where Will cried over his dad, and his dad was played by the great Ben Vereen. You cannot choose that episode because that is a very monumental episode of Fresh Prince. One, it moved it from just being a family comedy with Will to being like, oh, this is more than a family comedy. This comedy got depth. And Will is actually a good actor. He could actually play more than just being the wise-cracking cousin. He can do more. So, I mean, that episode is just so monumental in a lot of ways. And for Ben Vereen, I don't think Ben Vereen gets enough credit because it's hard to play a guy who you're playing the father of a likable character and you're in and out of his life and you come back in and you say, I'm going to be there for you, son. And then you not show up. I know Ben Vereen probably got a lot of hate after that because people was really tied to that show. Monday nights at 8 o'clock on NBC. People was really tied to that character, Will Smith, and now his father comes in and you have Ben Vereen, like, hey, Ben Vereen's great. And then he didn't show up, like, oh, damn it, Ben! And that whole, why did he not love me with Uncle Phil? Shout out to James Avery. Rest in peace to James Avery. So that's probably the best episode of The Fresh Prince for a lot of people. But if you can't choose that episode, what is your favorite episode of The Fresh Prince?